Hello friends, and welcome to this crochet bone tutorial on how I'm going to show you how to make the bones for our skull so you can have a skull and bones motif. You're going to find we're going to use a little bit of a different stitch here, something we're not normally using, but I found it to be the best for this particular project. Have you ever heard of chainless single crochet foundation stitch? Well, if you're new to it, I will show you how to make it step by step, and we're also going to have puff stitch and chain stitch. So this will be perfect for the beginner, great for your scrap yarn, and to add to your little Halloween decor. So come join me and let's get started on making the bones for our crochet motif with the skull. So the yarn we're going to use to make these bones will just be some scrap yarn and a 4.5 millimeter hook. So let's begin with a long enough tail. This will help sew it onto whatever you want to hang it onto. If not, you'll still have enough to weave in the ends for when you're finished with it. So we're going to do something that's called a chainless single crochet foundation. So we have a slip knot on our hook. Let me get some of the distractions out of the way. Oh, don't forget to pull out some yarn. Okay, so we're going to start off with chain 2. And in our first chain, go ahead and insert your hook, but pick up 2 parts of the chain. Pull up a loop. Yarn over through 1 loop on the hook only. What that does is that sets us for the next stitch foundation. Okay? Since we have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and through both of those as if you were completing a single crochet. So here's what we have right here. You can see that loop right there. Okay, it looks like a mess right now, but it'll be okay. All right, so where your knot is, turn it back, and you can see that V stitch right there. So we're going to take our hook and just go directly where that V stitch is at. I'm going to drop a loop. Okay, so we've done 1. This is number 2. So yarn over and just through that first loop. Okay, and then yarn over through 2 loops. So we've completed the second single crochet in this chain foundation. Okay, so here's 1 and here's 2. So if we turn it back, here we got our knot end. You can see that V right there. So we're going to insert the hook under those 2 loops of that V. And we're going to start for number 3. So pull up a loop, yarn over through 1 loop only, and then through 2 loops. Okay, so if you were looking at this, you can see the 3 single crochets already, and the 3 looks like a chain. So let's do it again. Here's our V right here. So place your hook under those 2. I guess my shadow's not helping much, huh? Right there. Pull up a loop. Yarn through the first one. and then yarn through the second one. Okay, so we've done 1, 2, 3. We've completed 4. We need a total of 14. So let's continue on. If you have problems, please pause the video and go back to the beginning where we start this so that I can continue on. And I'm going to continue until I have 14 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's number 5. Here's number 9. 10. 11. Now another thing too, just for your information, you can make these bones as long as short as you want, but for the video I'm making mine with 14. Okay, so I have 3 more to go. Okay, so let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so we have our 14. So now we're going to chain 3 and into the last chain, yarn over. We're going to do a puff stitch. So drop a loop. Now pinch here on the foundation and stretch it to make it as long as the chain 3. So here's 1, yarn over through that same hole, 2, one more time, and 3. And then aim your hook down and pull through those loops and stop just before the chain 3 one. So this way we can close it off and then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And so back into our 14th chain right here, slip stitch, and then chain 3 again. We're going to do this one more time. Pull your work over if you need to. So now we're going to go into the same stitch. So yarn over, pull up a loop and stretch it so it's the height of the chain 3. So that's 1. Here's 2. And here's 3. Okay. And then chain 3 and slip stitch into that same stitch. It's going to seem kind of tight, but it'll all fit. Okay, so let me pull up a loop here so you can see what we have so far. All right, so the very first chain, single crochet in every stitch across. Okay, just as if it was a regular stitch, pick up the 2 parts of that chain and continue down. Okay, I'm coming up on the end. I have 1, 2, 3 left. Okay, so I'm at the end. So if you pull up that tail just a little bit, you'll see that one loop. That's our very first chain that we placed on our hook. Okay? So I'd like for you to slip stitch into that one loop space. Okay, we're going to do the same thing we did over here. Chain 3. And let's do our puff stitch. I'm going to stretch it out 3 times. Yarn over, aim it down, and pull it through all those loops. Chain 3. And then slip stitch. Okay, and let's chain 3 again. Puff stitch. Chain 3 and slip stitch. Okay, let's cut with some length on it. So here we have our bone. Okay, now you're wondering what these 2 extras are for. So take them, we're going to find the center. Now if you've made yours in different widths and sizes, one of the easiest ways to figure out where your center is just fold it in half, and that'll tell you right here. So I have one more stitch to do. Okay, so if you want to hang it, there you go. So I created a second one, and I plan on putting mine with my skull that I created in another video. I'm going to take it and crisscross it, tic-tac it, and then hang it from the center. Okay, so I'll show you how I'm going to do that. This is for Halloween, so I'm just going to go around it twice. I'm going to come through to the other side. And go around it twice also. Then I'm going to find the center on my skull. Of course, my yarn fell out. And I'm going to secure it to the back of the crochet. And since this already has a hanging thing on it, can you see how it hangs here? It hangs nicely. I guess the camera angle ain't helping much, but there you go. So we have our skull and crossbones. So, I hope you enjoyed this little bone tutorial. So, till next time, bye-bye.